Shall be learning extra difficult and challenging quadratic equation. Let us learn how to solve extra hard problems for quadratic equations. These are meant for Gcse students. The first question is square root of 3x squared plus 10x plus 7 root 3 is equal to 0. Now what makes this quadratic equation difficult is the presence of square root of 3 as one of the numbers here. Now before I explain you how to solve this kind of quadratic equation using factorization method, let me explain you one more thing. Now you know that 3 times 3 can be written as 3 square. Now 3 square is actually 9. Now when I take the square root of 3 square, so I take the square root of 9. Now I know what is the square root of 9. Square root of 9 is 3. 3 means 3 to the power 1. That means this 2 gets eliminated when you take the square root of 3 square, or in other words square root of 9. That means 3 square should be multiplied by 1 upon 2. Therefore, we conclude that the square root sign is actually nothing but to the power 1 upon 2. Therefore, 3 square can be written as 3 square times 1 upon 2. Now, when we cancel that, we get 3. So, exactly like this, if I take root 3 into root 3, that will give me root 3 the square. Now this square root sign is nothing but to the power 1 upon 2. So 3 to the power 1 upon 2, that is root 3, I open the bracket, so multiply by 2. So when I cancel this, I get 3 to the power 1, that is 3. Thus in short, we learn that square root of 3 into square root of 3 is equal to nothing but 3. Is that clear? Similarly, if you have square root of 4 times square root of 4, it means it is 4. In short, we can conclude that every whole number, integer, is actually the product of 2 square root of itself. So 4 means square root of 4 into square root of 4. So if you have plain x, it means square root of x into square root of x. So remember this rule in your mind, because this will be very much useful tool in understanding the solution of our equation. Now here, if we compare this with our quadratic equation general form, ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0, our a is equal to root 3, our b is equal to 10, and c is equal to 7 root 3. Therefore, the product of a and c, that is ac, will be root 3 times 7 root 3. That can be written as 7 times root 3 times root 3. Okay, and just now we have learned this, that root 3 times root 3 is equal to 3. Therefore, we have to write down this particular thing as 3. So 7 times 3, and that gives us 21, sorry. So now 21 is the product of these two numbers. Once you get this, you have to split the middle term b into two parts, so that our product of those two parts is exactly 21. So our b is 10 here, 10 the positive. I'm going to split into two parts. I have to select two parts so that I can use them as factors later on. The product should be 21, and when I add or subtract those two parts, I should get back my positive 10. So simple things, 7 times 3 and 7 plus 3. 7 times 3 is 21 and 7 plus 3 is 10. So we have successfully split 10 into two parts, and therefore this trinomial is going to become 4-termed polynomial. So let us rewrite the whole equation once again. So root 3x square plus 10x plus 7 root 3 is equal to 0. Now I'm going to split this 10x into two parts, okay, that I have selected here, that is 3 and 7. So therefore I'll get my equation as root 3x square plus 7x plus 3x plus 7 root 3 as the last term, that is equal to 0. Now we have 4 terms in place of 3, and that is what we require because we want to factorize it by taking out common from first 2 terms and the next 2 terms. From first 2 terms, as you can see, there is only one thing common, and that is x. So what will be left behind is root 3x plus plane 7. Plus in the second 2 terms, this is little tricky. This 3 is actually root 3 into root 3. So there are 2 root 3's here, and there's 1 root 3 there. So I can take out 1 root 3 from this 3, leaving behind 1 root 3. So that root 3 and this root 3 is taken out as a common factor. So what is left with me is this root 3 times x. So I'm going to put root 3x plus that root 3 is gone, so 7 alone. And look here, we have this bracket root 3x plus 7 and root 3x plus 7 are identical brackets. Therefore I can take out these brackets as a common factor again. Therefore I can write down root 3x plus 7 into whatever is left, that is x plus root 3 as the second bracket. So x plus root 3 is equal to 0. Therefore root 3x plus 7 is equal to 0, or you can get x plus root 3 is equal to 0. Therefore root 3x is minus 7 and x is equal to minus 7 upon root 3, and here x is simply equal to minus root 3. So these are the 2 roots of our quadratic equation as given here. Now this looks very difficult, but actually we are just using a little knowledge of indices where root 3 times root 3 is actually 3. So you must have learned this particular rule also in the concept of rationalization of surds. So in that also this kind of knowledge is extremely useful. I hope you understood this. All